When the Olympic squad was announced for Team USA women's basketball, there was a lot of outcry about some of the people who were included, and specifically one of the people who was excluded, like Caitlin Clark. Now, certainly, just because someone is a media draw doesn't mean they should automatically be on the squad, but when someone's performing at the level of Caitlin Clark as an all-star, leading the league in assists, all of these different things, combined with the media attention, the only person that really turns the needle for the WNBA, kind of an insane decision for them to include some of the players they did instead of her. Well, that almost came back to bite them in the ass in a big way, because Team USA barely escaped disaster against France in the gold medal game. And when it comes to women's basketball is not on the same level as the men in terms of international play. We've seen in the last 20 years, international play has continued to elevate and get closer to the level of America. When you talk about the NBA as a worldwide sport, not the same for the WNBA at all. This should have been a steamrolling performance for the United States women's basketball, and it was not. They were down 10 points in the third quarter. They barely hung on to this victory. And in the aftermath, what do we have people talking about? Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark trending them in Team USA's struggles in gold medal game. The Indiana Fever rookie was left off the U.S. women's basketball team roster for the Paris Olympics. And this has been a consistent thing over the past, few weeks, as you see Diana Taurasi just basically add nothing to this squad. And I get it. Someone who's been there, done that, been around a long time, experience. But this is not the same thing as LeBron, who's still playing at a reasonably high level. Yeah. Certainly not the person he used to be. But compared to what Diana Taurasi is giving this team. And people are calling it out.
Like 42 years old, man. I can't believe she was on this team.
Exactly. And there's value in veteran leadership and things like that, but there also has to be a level. Right. You wouldn't include Udonis Haslem a couple years ago on the Team USA roster. You just wouldn't do it.
Brittany Griner shouldn't have been there either.
Absolutely. And both of them, let's just look at the box score for some of those people that you just mentioned, by the way. Brittany Griner, 5 minutes, points. 2 out of 3, 4 points, 2 rebounds. When you look at these assist numbers, like Team USA had 18 assists overall. The highest player had 4 assists on the squad. You don't think they could have used a little bit of passing in this game? They certainly could have. And it's also affecting everything else. Because guess what? With no Caitlin Clark to move the needle, nobody showed up to these games. Nobody came to watch Team USA throughout the entire fucking Olympics. No media members were essentially there. And that's even had a lot of people in the media saying, hey, U.S. women's basketball should draw huge Paris crowds, but it isn't. The team needed Caitlin Clark. I feel like, listen, if they would have lost this game, it would have been a fucking nightmare for them. As it is, they're getting roasted, rightly so. They did win the gold medal. It's all that matters at the end of the day, but in a pretty embarrassing way. There's going to be a lot of people saying, you know what? Caitlin Clark probably could have helped this team.
Angel Reese, fuck it. Angel Reese could have helped this team as well.
Yeah.
Probably over someone like Brittany Griner. I certainly think so.
Absolutely.
And I think the arguments about Angel Reese, winning rookie of the year, I think those are a little ridiculous compared to what we've seen from Caitlin Clark compared to Angel Reese. Yeah. Not that she's been horrific or anything, but still, there's no doubt, actually. And when you look at the way some of those players performed against Team USA, I think it's pretty self-evident.
How's Kelsey Plum doing? Is she even playing?
She played. She didn't give a great performance, but she had 12 points, a couple assists. So, there it was. Kelsey Plum played okay, but a lot of people acknowledging the reality that without Caitlin Clark, not only United States teams suffer a little bit play-wise, but nobody fucking paid attention to them. Mm-hmm. This could have been their moment. They should have capitalized on this. Yep. Because I'm going to be real. I've said it before. I'm not 100% convinced that the Caitlin Clark insanity is going to be the same 4 years from now when she is on an Olympic roster as it is now. Yep. I'm not fucking sold that it'll be the same level of fervor or fever, Indiana fever. And I think they missed a big opportunity on the world stage to actually get people paying attention to their sport. And the only reason people paid attention today is because they almost fucking lost.
But by that time, 4 years from now, Caitlin Clark is probably going to be the best player in the league in 4 years for the WNBA. But the WNBA is doing everything they can to shoot themselves in the foot, man. They got a once in can't really go 20 years. I mean, WNBA's only been around for like 27 years, but once in a generation kind of player that people actually want to watch, and they just messed this up like this. Yeah.
Bro,
and you know what?
Just look at these fucking numbers, dude. Look at these numbers in general. Field goal percentage from France, 31.5%. 3-point field goal percentage, 19. From the United States, 33%.
Wow.
16% from three.
Nobody could hit anything.
That's pathetic.
No. And even with a smaller ball, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just rough, which is one of the reasons that traditionally WNBA's had a problem actually getting people to tune into their product. Caitlin Clark has brought those eyes, but didn't bring it for Team USA because she was left off the roster because they didn't want the media attention. Those were the reasons given. They thought that if she only got 5 or 10 minutes of playing time, people would be very upset. You know what? At least people would be paying attention to you.
Yeah.
That's like the NBA before Magic and Larry. Remember, Magic and Larry, before them, the NBA was dead. Nobody watched it. That's like them shutting out Magic and Larry and saying, nah, we don't want that attention. We don't want anybody watching us. That's what they've essentially done now. That's crazy.